Patty and David and Hardy and Judith and myself, Lynn, and do we have any public comment, Peggy?
No hands raised.
Thanks. This morning I need a motion to go into executive session for a little period of time here.
I make a motion to go into executive session.
I can second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Just a couple of things I wanted to mention, just as an FYI, to check out the new barn at Putnam Farm if you haven't done that yet.
It's glorious.
It's kind of a cool thing. Chairs meeting won't happen in July and August. They're not doing that. I don't know if you got that note, do you too? But, and another FYI, fall town meeting is November 16th with a mid-October deadline for warrants, and that may become applicable to us depending on what we do. And one of the things that was talked about at this last meeting was that they are looking at all committees, advisory specifically, more so than regulatory, but the quote was that they shouldn't be doing projects for the town, that, and we are an advisory committee, so they're looking at, this is the select board and the town managers, staff are looking at charges, practices, and training for these groups. And there's a process ahead here. It's got 4 stages where they are going to look at each committee and what they do. And the stage 1 is that our staff liaison will talk with Kim and Meth. The second stage is that, if I understand this correctly, a select board liaison, our select board liaison, or whatever advisory committee, the chair and vice chair, it can be both, it can be one. Kim and Meth meet to talk about the committee. And stage 3 is a public workshop before a select board meeting about committees, just getting people's input. And stage 4 is staff recommendations to the select board. So the idea, is I got the sense that there's been a concern for legal liability to the town for the things that committees have been doing that is not in their purview. And it made me think about this awareness campaign that we were talking about, where we feel that that's really important. But as an advisory committee, really what we, I think, and you can dialogue on this if you have something to say about it, but as that we should be taking the points that we're making and go to them and say, we think you should have an awareness campaign, an awareness initiative about open space and the importance of it. And then they can say, well, we don't want to do that. It's not us that goes out and makes a flyer. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
At least that, I sort of took that away from this talk that they were having, and about how they're looking at different committees and what exactly an advisory committee is. And so tonight with this particular, or tonight, what we were just talking about, we are advising that you look at this. And so I just wanted to make you aware of that. That sort of phrase is going to clean up the boards and committees and
So I think the clarification will be helpful,
Mhm.
and I think probably there's some differentiation in terms of regulatory committees versus the advisory committees.
Absolutely, there's both. Yeah.
Because hearing that, I think it makes sense, and yet I'm thinking of the most recent example that I've seen was all of the water restrictions and water bans.
Mhm.
So that was the Board of Water and Sewer Commissioners saying, with input from a lot of citizens, we need more clarification on just what these water restrictions are and how they'll be applied. And then they established their policy, and then with that, they contacted Amanda. And Amanda worked with 2 of their committee people, but it was the committee people that put together the content and put together all the material.
Is that a regulatory board?
It is, so
So it's a
that's where I'm sort of thinking that maybe that's a little different.
All this came out of that, there was, lots of people need clarification, including me, but the idea was that they have hired town staff to do the kinds of things that committees were doing and probably shouldn't have been. And so that's why they really are taking a close look at all of it to see how that
Because the
plays
message
out.
with that from Amanda was, I can get it out there.
Mhm.
I can help you, arrange and format the information.
Yeah,
But the committee needs to give me that information and needs
Right.
to put it together. I can't put that together.
right, and so
That
that's what,
sort of towards that end, it would be, I think, and again, we're not regulatory, but I think it would end up being this committee needing to determine what the campaign was going to be, what the message was,
Mhm.
how it should be put forward, and then turning that over to Amanda for help.
correct, and say, exactly, I was,
Okay.
I think I was trying to say that, like, that based on all the
No.
things that we had discussed before, that those were be the things that we would present to her and say, here's how we think of this and how we think it should be put forward. But we haven't even tweaked that yet, so that's a,
Okay. But it's good to know what you have to worry about. Are you gonna have to worry about the printing, the
Right.
design?
Exactly, that's
You know,
not us.
or is it just
No, that's
basically
not
the
us.
meat and then turning that meat over to somebody else
Yeah.
to make it attractive and presentable and clear?
exactly. So
Okay.
that's sort of,
Now, that would be
I'm gonna
good.
wait and see where they go with all this.
That would be good to have that clarification.
And that's supposed to be a project of theirs, July and August. They want it done before summer's over, so
Okay.
at some point here, I will be, or who's ever leading this group will go before Meth and Kim. And that brings us to committee assignments. And so we just need to vote people in. We've spoken to most of you, although Hardy not.
Oh,
No,
well, this
no,
is
no.
my last meeting.
You can still vote, is what I'm saying,
Right,
too.
okay.
And Chris said he would still be clerk, so, so if somebody would nominate Chris.
So moved.
Sorry.
No, go.
I nominate Chris for clerk.
I second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, and, did you come down on CPC yet? You can say.
I'm again still hoping that somebody else will like it.
Okay.
If they won't, I will do it.
No,
But-
well, I don't want you to feel that way, and we don't have to make that decision today necessarily. So,
We do need a liaison sooner.
We do,
rather than
well,
later.
we should have a liaison.
Should have, yes.
I mean, Stephanie is still there advocating for open
Correct.
space, but Judith is already on 3 committees.
And
that's a
Stephanie is
lot.
a full-fledged non-liaison
Correct,
member?
correct.
Okay.
And specifically, if we ever bring a property to CPC, we should absolutely have a representative on there, but even if we don't, we absolutely should have a representative on there. So, I've got
And
my
I'm really-
feelers out,
I'm not-
looking at,
I'm really not looking to rule the world.
no,
So-
I know, that's it. Well, see, that's the thing, Judith, you already, so my recommendation today is to just hold off on that, and I'll have a conversation with Joan about it, or Stephanie, and just, but I'm hoping somebody will come on the committee that might be willing to take that on. So let's just hold off on
Okay,
that.
that's a good.
And so in the meantime, and David is willing to stay on as vice chair, right? If I have that correct? So I'm gonna stay on this chair, which I said I wasn't gonna do. But if I have
Can't help it,
David.
it's your fault, because you do such a good job.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
do
that's
we, do we need motions?
So you need motions
Okay.
on both vice chair and chair.
So I would move that David continue as vice chair and Lynn continue as chair.
Oh, we're gonna do it in one lump?
Why not? Why not? Move the slate.
I second that motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Hey, Lynn, do we, in terms of new members, should we individually be on the lookout for recruitment?
Oh,
Absolutely,
Absolutely. All the
I
time.
mean, maybe we should start being more proactive.
You should get your wife.
I was about it.
She's great.
But I,
Yes, right.
Good.
I
Put her
would,
on CPC.
yeah, exactly. Oh. that'd be disastrous for CPC probably.
You know, you're live, you
Oh,
know
sorry,
that, right?
it'd be great. And are we, how many, are we looking for two more? One,
Well,
two,
yes,
three?
because there's five, you have 5 regular members and 2
Two
associates.
associates.
So Chris will be becoming a regular member for this last year because there's only 5 of
Right.
us. So we can take on 2 associates.
Okay,
So then the question would be, could a CPC be an associate?
Right.
Which I'm gonna clarify, but Steve thought he also had somebody he was gonna
Okay.
ask, possibly 2, so I was
Good.
like, all right. So we'll, you know, let's just leave it for now, and if that's okay with you.
yeah. In terms of recommendations, should we come to you with some ideas? I don't have any at the moment, but I certainly can get my brain into motion.
But I think, feel free to reach out to somebody if you, I mean, don't wait to talk to me. If you are with
Okay.
somebody and you're like, hey, you know,
Okay.
would this be something that would interest you and you could use?
Got it.
So
Yeah, they're not easy to
I don't
find.
need to be asked about
Okay.
that. I trust you, my
Okay.
judgment, whoever you talk to. Okay,
So we're looking for 2 associates.
we are, as is a lot of committees.
I'm sorry?
As I said, as are a lot of committees. So, and the idea, this whole, they were saying regarding this, this work to be done on the different committees, that they thought if they streamlined it and really got some clarity, that it would be easier to recruit people, and that may be true. I don't know, but anyway. Meeting minutes that Chris sent out, thank you, Chris, and we're
Yeah.
not here, but when you watch this, thank you so much.
Yeah.
So we need to
Great
have
job, as always.
a motion to approve meeting minutes for May.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second?
And all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and summer schedule, let's go here. I was leaning towards not meeting in July, if that's okay with everybody, unless we need to
For that.
come together for a
Yeah.
vote, either on CPC or on a property. Okay, so
Makes
we're,
sense.
so for now, I'm gonna let them know in the office that we will not meet on the 15th. But if we need to come together for a vote, I will try to pull something together. We'll leave August on the calendar, which is the 19th. And if, depending on where we're at then, that may get canceled as well. But for now, let's just stick with it. We'll leave that on the calendar for now. If everybody's okay with that.
Okay, so
All right.
the August date would be?
19.
The 19th?
19th.
Okay, yeah, just wanted to make sure I got it. Thank you.
And the last thing I wanted to say was thank you, Hardy, for all this time. And when I came on this committee, it was still COVID, so I met all of you online. And that's a very weird thing to do because
Yeah.
Hardy's in deep in his, wherever your room is. and
Studio.
His
Oh, is
camera's
that
up
where
here,
he
and we're
is?
looking down at him like, what, who is that guy? And what is all that stuff around him?
Yeah.
Anyway, and it was, and Robert would run the meeting, and Stephanie would go on and on about CPC funds, and I forget, and Steve was on there, and Kevin Galligan, and who else was, oh,
Yeah.
Chris. And so, you know, I had no idea what was going on. It was very difficult to do online, but anyway, 6 years. I appreciate all the things that you've done, especially
Well-
using your talents.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Photography, you're so
Don't
helpful.
hesitate to ask and remember with your meeting to ask permission.
To take photos? Are you talking about tonight?
Yeah, well, not that one, the one with the owner. I'll talk to you after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And you know what? I would not hesitate to call you, Marty. You are the photographer extraordinaire, so.
Well, then I would hope too that once, and if you stay off for 1 year, that you would come back on.
I would definitely
Because you
consider
would
that,
definitely, I mean, I know that the committee would love to have you back on, and I know, I don't know, I believe that the select board as well would be thrilled, despite their policy. You know, they've got that policy, but absolutely, once you.
There's a
off
lot
for
of
a year.
people reaching out for Hardy.
I know.
I don't know why.
Man is a man.
Maybe it's because you're fun at a party or something, I don't know. What is it, party? Yeah, so cheers, salute.
Thanks, Hardy.
Thank you.
Good
Thank
job.
you.
much.
Good job.
Very much
Thank you to the
appreciated.
committee for all they've done.
It takes more than one, doesn't it?
Yes.
All right, anything else? All right,
No.
motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.